Everyone has life problems. I know that I do. I'm pretty sure that you do too. How can it impact your trading or your investing? Not a lot of traders talk about this topic. Stick to the end, as I will be going through all those problems and how can we deal with it. Let's dive right into it. I divided those life problems into 5 different categories. I know they can be unlimited, but I made 5 major categories and we will talk about them and break them down. First category is sickness. There's short term, there's long term. The short term, like flu, fatigue, didn't have enough sleep, some pain. And there's the long term disease, long term illness. The second one is relationship and family problems. There's the short term ones. Also, there's the long term ones. We're gonna dive into each one of them, or we're gonna give a solution to all of those. The third one is financial problems. And there's a short term financial problem, there's a long term financial problem. The short term is when you get a big hit, you need to fix your car, or you need a big payment that's coming up, or fixing something in your house, emergency fixes. And there's the long term where you might lose your job, you might have a big debt that you're paying off and you can barely make it, or some kind of health expense that is not covered that you have to make payments throughout the years or something. There can be many possibilities. The solution will apply on all of them. And the fourth one is stress in general. There's the short-term stress. It's like anything that comes along in your way that has nothing to do with the previous 3 categories. I'm talking about like a small accident that didn't affect your health or your financial, but it did stress you out, or anything of that sort. And there is the long-term stress. For example, for God bid, some family member did a big accident that did affect them for the rest of their life, and it did affect you emotionally, and it did stress you out, and it will stress you out throughout the years, but it did not impact you directly as in a financial way or a health way. Those are the 4 categories. I'm gonna provide the solution to those and the way we can maneuver around in order to trade in those 4. And the last one, stick to the end, it's different. So the big question is, how do I trade in these kind of conditions? We need to understand a very important concept. Let me explain that concept, and from there we can emphasize on each of those problems. There is 2 types of traders that deal with this. There is one type of people that have significant blows in their account as soon as any of those occur, because they trade in it and they don't know how to face their problems. And there is the other kind where they learned and managed throughout the years. Most of those problems they can trade with no problems. That's what we want to get from this side to this side. Imagine one thing, there's 2 doors in here to go through that side, and that's what the market provides. One of them is a curse and one of them is a blessing. The cursed door, it says, I don't care about your problems, I'm gonna take your money anyway. Whether you're having a good day, bad day, doesn't matter, I'll take your money. You're having problems, you're having stress, I don't care about you. And there's the other door, that is the blessing door, that says on it, it's okay, the market opens every day. The market isn't going anywhere. That's a fact that you need to understand before trying to solve your problems. In order for you to pass through, you need to go through the right door, and you need to have something called the right key, and which I call it self-awareness. Sometimes you don't know it. Sometimes you don't know yourself, but we need to develop those, okay? In order to achieve self-awareness, there's 2 parts in trading for self-awareness. The technical part and the psychological part. The technical part, we can put that into test, and the psychological part, we can put that into test. And we'll dive into how on each of those problems. The first one, the 20%, which is the technical and executions, you can paper trade. So as soon as you have a big argument with your significant other, or you have any crisis that you have the time to trade, but you don't know whether you should do it or not. So you put yourself in test. In each problem, you go and you paper trade, and you see if your executions are really good and focused and at the right timing and the right executions in general. And if your problem keeps coming into mind while you're executing your trades, you have to know that I cannot trade like this. So if you walk into the door that says it's okay, the market opens the next day, it's fine. You don't have to trade every time you have a problem. Now, I'm talking about the short term. So we talked about the paper trading, the 20%. Let's talk about the 80%. So if your executions are good and you're doing well, so you put your psychology into test, where you shift from paper trading to real money trading, and you start slow with one share at a time, and you keep incrementing as long as your emotions are in check until you reach your previous risk tolerance. And once you do that and you know you're okay to trade in that condition, then you put a check mark. Okay, if I have that kind of problem or that kind of stress, small stress, I'm okay to trade in that. And that's talking about day trading. Now let's talk about swing trading for those short-term problems. In swing trading, if you're in the middle of a trade, just manage it the way you actually had it planned down and written. Never go into swing trades without writing down your notes. Once you can just follow your notes and you don't have to test yourself into anything. Now, if you want to get involved in a new trade, as an advice to you, you have to do what you did in day trading. You go and paper trade as a swing, and you try that, and you see if your analysis are right. Are you not missing some kind of keys here or there in your analysis? And then you switch onto real money trading until you figure out, okay, that kind of problem, general health, fatigue, something I can still trade. I can do that with swing trading, so I'm good with that. Long-term investing, I really would ask you to be cautious and careful, because you have to have numbers and proper decisions. And I know it's hard for people to paper trade a long-term investing. It's not a thing. I've never heard of it, that someone is trying his paper trade for 5 years. It does not work. I would tell you to be extra cautious. Don't make rational decisions on that. You can avoid it that day and try for another day. And there's always opportunity in the market. That is the best way to gain self-awareness. The more self-awareness you gain, okay, the better you can choose which door you're gonna enter to get to that side. To be the person that I know what I'm doing. Just to share a small piece of my experience, I went through my trades, and at some days that I had a significant loss, okay, I didn't blow up my account or anything at those kind of situation, but I noticed that I had some kind of thing going on that day, because I review my trades on a regular basis, and I've noticed a lot of things. So I shifted to that way that I'm teaching you right now, or what I'm advising right now. I'm sharing my experience, and it helped me a ton. It helped me prevent a lot of mistakes that I could have done at some conditions. For example, if I'm having some kind of a family problem, I don't trade. I just couldn't trade that day without thinking of my family problems, so I just decided to avoid it. And the day I have a flu or headache or this, also I would take a sleep and I will take a nap, knowing that the market will open the next day. I don't want to trade. But at some cases, for example, the financial crisis, personal financial problems, I found out that I can trade. It's easy for me. It's normal. I don't even fall into FOMO, fear of missing out. So because I need to make that money, or no. And I will only trade with money that I can afford to lose. Yes, I'm having a financial problems, but I can probably afford to lose that $500 that I have set aside, but I'm having different problems. I don't need to pull it out. In many occasions, I had to drain out my day trading account, which would be $8,000, $10,000, $9,000, $10,000, $20,000. I had to drain them to make big payments that came up into my life that I did not actually plan for. And I started from all over again, and it did not stress me out. Over and over, I've done it over 3 or 4 times, that I had to go down and then build my account, go down without it. It does not bother me. It might bother you. It might bother someone else. You have to discover yourself. You have to run into test. It's okay if that day you didn't trade, you only paper traded, or that couple of days you only paper traded, in order to figure out your problems. Now, when I'm talking about long-term problems, life problems, you have to fight it. I have a long-term disease. It's not critical, it's not contagious or not any of that, but I do have a situation that really bothered me for a long time, and I have to take medicine for it for the rest of my life, and that is fine. I learned how to fight it. And it stressed me out at first, and I kept paper trading until I regained my confidence, and that part of problem that came into, it's a long-term problem, I kind of got used to it too. You have to learn how to live with it in your life in order for you to be able to trade. It's like part of my daily life, daily routine. It's fine. That's a thing that in my I know a trader that had a bleeding nose every day. He has some kind of medical problem. Then he learned how to manage and maneuver around it. I know a lot of traders that have these kind of problems. I don't like naming the diseases or stuff like that because it's really sad, right? I know a couple of traders that have long-term disability, and they trade like they're pro traders. They're pro traders, and they're making good money, and they have a good life. You need to learn how to, for the long-term problems, you need to learn how to adapt. And it has to come a part of your life as normal life, and you go and you trade and you keep testing and you keep doing what I said about paper trading and moving to real money trading. Let's get to the fifth general problem, and that is a problem where most, I would say probably maybe 90% of traders face, which is not getting support from family, friends and family. They put you down. Oh, you're gambling. Oh, you're gonna lose all your money. Oh, what a stupid thing. You know what? Don't let them hurt you. It can impact your trading. I've had many calls with traders that are struggling, and after digging in, I realized that was one of their big problems. Their spouses, they don't support them. Their family do not support them. Maybe one of their friends does, and the rest, they're mocking him, that he's gonna be losing money, everybody loses money, everybody this, everybody that. If I were you and I'm starting brand new, I wouldn't tell anybody. And if I do, I would tell everybody I'm just paper trading. That's exactly what I did. I did not tell anybody. I paper traded, okay? And I blew out 2 small accounts before I started getting profitable, before I even told anybody that I'm trading. I had to do that. I did not know that they will support me or not. That's what came to my head, and I was scared to show them failure. You have to either tell them that or tell them I'm just dabbling in the market. I'm paper trading. I'm not putting real money trading, which I do advise for new traders. If you are a trader that's struggling right now and everybody knows that you're trading and everybody's after you, sometimes they do not support you, not of hatred. They're trying to actually to support you by telling you that you're gonna be losing the money. That's how they understand it. Don't throw the blame on them. Oh, nobody supported me. Yes, I would tell any spouse, I would tell any family member or any friend that if your friend is trading, support him, give him support. Tell him that we believe in you. Please be careful. Use paper trading, etc. Give him that advice. Stand behind them. Show that video to your spouses, your friends. It's very important to get the support. But let's say you don't get the support. Will that stop you? It should not. You should keep going in trading. You should keep paper trading until you know you're successful, as long as it takes you to be able to properly execute your trades. Here's the last thing I would tell you. Friends and family that's telling you you're gambling, please show them this video here. I made a special episode about that. And for you to be able to paper trade and succeed in this, click on this video here, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.